So, welcome to this week's live stream, the virtual circle of this week that I was supposed to do yesterday, but I wasn't really able to, so I'm doing it today. And I just want to start off by saying that I want to focus on the heart today because I've been moving through a lot of difficulties, especially self hate and judgment. So I really want us to go into the heart and check that space out. It's getting really dark and I don't have the best lighting here in my room, but I'm gonna have what I have. So I got really difficult news this week or the past week and had to make a very difficult decision with that news. So it's been a very challenging time in so many ways, a very emotional time. And a lot has been coming up, and it's been really hard to stay with it without judgment for me right now. I feel myself being in a very messy place, like everything is just falling down, everything is just crumbling, and I don't really feel any ground beneath me. I just feel like I'm floating. I feel like everything I knew is just not applying anymore. So I feel totally in the void, and sometimes it's very scary. And there's a lot just falling away, and there's a lot of new life coming in, but it's life that have been repressed or suppressed for a long time. So it's really intense in many ways because it's coming up like this wave and it doesn't really want to be taken lightly. It really wants to be witnessed and seen. So, as I said, a lot has been going on, and it's been a challenging time in so many ways with difficult decisions or decision. So, I've been really feeling so much heaviness in my heart for quite some time, and it's been going up and down, and I feel how my heart is just cracking open, kind of. It's just forced into witnessing and softening to that which can feel hard or uncomfortable with just this fire. It doesn't want to be put off anymore. It wants to be seen and held and softened and received exactly as it is, with all the messiness and all the pain and all the confusion. So I'm not going to do any cards today because I haven't been feeling any of the previous things that I've been doing. I haven't been feeling my cards, I haven't been feeling my meditations, I haven't been feeling anything really, and I've been feeling so much doubt towards like everything, spirituality as a whole, and it's been hard. Honestly, it's been really hard because I started to feel how much I identify with all of those things, and that kind of had to or has to fall away bit by bit. So I've just not been feeling anything that I've been previously doing. So I'm not going to do any cards. I'm not going to light any candles or stuff like that, except this little thingy that I have right here, because it's like this little house of light and hope for me right now. And when I just shut off, or yeah, I can't find the words. When I shut off all the lights, you can see the stars from this thing up on this like the ceiling, and it's so beautiful. So this is my little new thingy, my little lighthouse of love. So I just want to start right away, really, with no further ado. So let's begin by, if you feel like it, if that feels right for you, just putting your hands on your heart so you can really feel that space. And begin to breathe. Begin to breathe into your heart, in and out, and just explore what's present, what's going on. And observe if you feel any need to get it right, or any thoughts that are there that are telling you how you should do it, or if you're doing it the right way. Just allow them to be there. Just be present with that too. So what I'm saying is, notice any judgment you hold towards yourself, any rules and ideas. And as you breathe into your heart, just keep noticing and allowing, giving yourself permission to be with what is. Maybe your heart feels closed, or maybe it feels really open. Maybe you feel excitement, openness, and joy. Maybe you feel hate or judgment or closeness or pain, hurt, or maybe a mixture of all of those. Nothing is right or wrong, just it is what it is. Allow it to be, witness it, hold it. And then notice if there's any resistance, any parts that don't want you to come into your heart, or any feelings of not being worthy, not being enough. Just notice that, allow that. And then I would like to invite you to begin to gently reflect upon how your heart may have hardened this year. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve, so let's reflect a little bit upon this year. What has your heart been through? Reflect upon any feelings of hurt, any feelings of rejection, abandonment, any judgment, any pain and hurt, and any hate you have felt towards yourself or others. But it's always towards ourselves, really. It's just a reflection. Maybe it can help to just ask your heart and allow it to show you or tell you in images or symbols or words or feelings. How have you hardened this year? What walls have you put up? And what walls are ready to go down? How are you ready to soften, to forgive, to allow, to open? What do you need to feel? What do I need to allow you to feel, to go through in order to soften? Is there grief that needs to be met? Is there pain or hurt? How can I hold you and be there for you as I allow you to feel all that needs to be felt? And feel into all the directions of your heart. Feel into the back of your heart, the front, the sides, above and below. Just feel into all the little corners and places outside and inside your heart as well. Where do you need to meet yourself? What is calling you to meet it with love? No matter how painful, intense, uncomfortable, messy, or wrong it seems to be to you, where do you need to meet it? How can you meet yourself? How can you lean in more, go deeper? How can you love and accept all the places that doesn't want you to, if there are any like that inside? What does the fear you feel need from you? How can you lean in? How can you soften? How can you allow more, more life in whatever form it takes? How can you invite more patience into your life, into your heart, into your emotions? To not put your feelings on a schedule or want to get rid of them because they are kind of in the way of your plans. Can you release and let go of those plans and lean into yourself? Let go of the control and allow what is to be and see where it takes you. How can you hold any judgment? Love the fear of that judgment. How can you be present with it? Allow it, not judge judgment, and just be with it. And then I would like to invite you to imagine your favorite flower or your favorite plant, something of nature, maybe like this, I don't know, this vortex of water or whatever feels right to you. But I would suggest a flower and see how that flower, you can pick your favorite or any flower that is just feeling right now. And feel how it's beginning to open in the middle of your heart. Feel how this flower is beginning to open in the middle of your heart. How gently and softly it opens, petal by petal. How every petal opens up and cracks your heart open a little more, allows a little more light in and out. Feel how this flower is embracing your whole heart. And just feel how your soul is shining through this flower, your essence, this place of unconditional love and holding and faith and trust. Feel into the light, feel into the love. And see yourself as a child. See yourself as this little precious child with everything it went through, everything that you've been through, with all the wishes and desires and happiness and pains and hurts of this beautiful child. Feel it in your heart in the middle of this flower. Feel the innocence of this child, of the inner child, your child, you as a child. And keep allowing and reflecting upon what innocence feels like and means to you. What image, what feeling you get from the word innocence. And if you can feel any innocence within you at all, if you can connect to that innocent place within you, or if you feel very disconnected, or maybe you feel very connected to the innocence within you, allow what is to be. Keep connecting with this child and allow any images, symbols, words, or feelings to be witnessed, be allowed. And with all of that, I want to invite you to, as often as you can, to lean into your heart. Just allow yourself to be with your heart. When you feel judgment, pain, happiness, joy, when you feel like crying or laughing, tune into your heart, lean in more and more, allow it. Allow all the love, all the hate, all the judgment, all the innocence. Lean into your heart more and more. When you most want to close it, when you most want to shut down and put up a wall, see if you can soften. If you can allow that wall to want to come up and witness all of that, but allow it to soften. And whenever you feel ready, whenever you feel done, you can begin to bring yourself back. Wiggle your toes and fingers, maybe move around a little, or just listening to the sounds around you, or feel your skin, feel your body. You can give yourself a little massage of love. And just allow yourself to come back. So if you feel like you need more or want more time to be with all these questions and with your heart, and I invite you to spend all the time you need and just allow everything and ask your heart questions, ask yourself questions, ask your inner child questions, and just be present with yourself and allow what is to be. And just keep softening and allowing and opening and just hold yourself with all of that. I've been feeling so insecure lately. I've like about everything, but my appearance, I've been feeling fat and ugly and just like ah. And sometimes I've been just judging myself for being in that space again instead of meeting myself where I am. I've been just so angry that I'm here again, that I'm feeling this judgment again, that feeling this judgment of myself as superficial and caring about stupid shit that I shouldn't care about, and just being really mad at myself, feeling a lot of hate towards what is coming up, what is rising, and not meeting it where it wants to be met, not holding myself, kind of wanting to be saved, feeling like I need to be saved because I just can't be with myself. It's just too unsafe to be in my body and feel all of this because it's so intense. So I've been leaning in more and more, and that's what I've been invited to do this whole year, just leaning in more and more with everything that is going on. And what I wanted to say a little bit about right and wrong, that we've been born and raised in a world that tells us that some things are right and some things are wrong, and that some things we will be praised for and other things we will be punished for, and that some things are acceptable and some things aren't acceptable. Some things will make us loved and some things will make us hated and hate. And just think about that or feel into that for a little while. If you weren't born into a world that told you that there is right and wrong and that there is punishment and praise, would that even be present for you? Would that belief, that division, that split even be within you if you weren't raised in a world like that? And it's not because saying that you have this right or wrong is wrong, but it's because to make you reflect a little bit upon, if you weren't taught that, would that even be something that you experience or buy into? Because when we do judge, when we do, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with judging, because we need to witness and love that too. That is something that is present within us. We can't just like push it off. We can't just pretend that it's not there. But when we do judge, when we do say this is right and this is wrong, and when we do that to others, it's because we do it to ourselves. And it creates this split within us. It creates suffering, really, because we are constantly pushing away parts of ourselves. We are constantly pushing away feelings and thoughts and experiences because we judge them as wrong, or we feel like we shouldn't have them in the first place. We feel like there's something wrong with us for having them. And we play this game of good and bad, like even in the news, and even like with politicians and governments, we play this good guy and bad guy roles, and we're all playing that game. We're all buying into that game. So we're all just fueling that right and wrong by playing this game and not witnessing within ourselves how this is playing out, how we are judging and rejecting ourselves and then projecting that out to the world. So I just wanted to speak into that for a while, just kind of make you reflect upon this when you notice that coming up in yourself. What does wrong and right really mean? Why should you be punished or why should you be praised? Like, how does that make you feel? Is that uncomfortable knowing that you don't really have to praise yourself to feel loved and that you don't have to judge yourself to become better? Or better, that is a confusing word too, but to allow more of your essence in and more of the love within you. So just feel into that, really allow that. Would that even be something? Would that even exist for me if I weren't taught that as a child? Would that even be present for me if I weren't told as a child that this is good and this is wrong? Would I even care, or would I just allow what is to be? And that doesn't mean that you can, because people can take this as like this invitation to just do whatever you want and hurt people, and that nothing is really important. You can just don't, like, you don't have to care about anything. And that that's not what this is speaking into. It's not about just doing what you like, but it's about allowing everything within you, witnessing everything, allowing, giving permission to everything, and not identifying as it, so you can actually act and do and feel and give from a pure place, from a place of connect and love. So it's not about just this person made me angry and now I'm angry and there's nothing wrong with being angry, because it's really not. It's nothing wrong with being angry. So now I can just take all this pain and hurt out on them and yell and be angry, and that's okay because nothing is right or wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that in the way we judge right or wrong is is just from a place of punishment and self-hate, and it's not coming from this listening within and this allowing and giving love and space and holding. It's just this, I'm trying to get rid of something, I'm trying to get rid of it by projecting it out onto somebody else and just seeing the faults in others or blaming others, or just not taking responsibility for what we feel and what we experience. So I really wanted to make that clear. Just, I'm not saying that just because nothing is right or wrong, you can do whatever you like and hurt people and just not care, but everything is allowed, everything is lovable, everything within you is lovable, everything is worth of being seen and held and allowed, so that you actually can do and act and speak from a connected place and not from this abandoned parts. So I feel like I wanted to bring that up because judgment is something that is really closing down our hearts. Judgment is like a hard close, like immediately when you stop. And when you start judging yourself, you become so much more judgmental towards others. It can be that way, or you can just see the best in everybody else and see yourself as this dark black, no light kind of being. So with all of this said, with all of this, just be present with yourself, lean in, check in with your heart, check in with your judgments, check in with your joy, with your playfulness, with your aliveness, check in with the hate and the hurt and the pain. Just be present with yourself and allow everything to be as it is. And allow yourself to witness any judgments, allow yourself to witness when you get into this right or wrong, this high horse or this inferior way of being. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for your presence and your commitment and your devotion to your heart, to yourself, to your love, to your being. And yeah, I'm just gonna end at that note and wish you all the love in everything, really. Like, just wishing you all the love. So thank you so much, and bye.